Okay, I saw two perfect examples over the past 2 days of something I've seen many times before. Now here's how Nikon, Fuji, Canon, all these people screw up. Now they're doing something right and intelligent, but they're doing something stupid. Now here's an undeniable fact. If you've got a professional photographer, you can give them a Kodak disposable camera, and if they know how to manipulate light and they know how to take a picture, you can churn out great pictures from any damn camera, whether the camera's a piece of crap or not. This is an undeniable fact, okay? So what they do is they'll send out beta versions of their cameras before they release the market to, like, photojournalists or, famous photogs, so-and-so. Look, I met these people, not these specific people, back in photography school. Their stuff was displayed in galleries and all over the damn place, and their photography was just the tits. It was great photography. But invariably, they'd actually come into classes and have seminars back in photography school, and some people would ask them gear questions, and these people, that's all, you don't, being a gearhead has nothing to do with being a great photographer. It does help in certain criteria, obviously. Photography is not about math. Like, there's one dude on YouTube. He's always showing you the math and the BS nonsense of. It's like, give it a rest, man. It's not about math, okay? It's about capturing the moment, seeing the light, having the eye, light manipulation. And so that's not important. These people, they didn't know anything about the gear. So there's two videos from two people that owned the XT2, not own, but they had the beta version, for X number of period of time. One guy was actually judging a camera based upon, and I already mentioned this in another video, based upon a beta version of the firmware. And you can't do that. The camera isn't even finished yet. He was also judging the camera based upon the fact that it didn't even have a vertical grip. And he was also, from what I've been told, was judging a camera on its blackout rate in an action shot when he had the camera set to playback. Just because someone's a good photographer doesn't mean they know how the hell to use a camera in as far as understanding the way the hell it works. And there was another video posted like 24 hours after that of some British knob, and Fuji sent him the XT2. And this person is bitching and listen, the Fuji XT2 has got 3 batteries separated between the camera and the vertical grip. And this person's, bitching about Fuji and why they didn't have a touch screen on it. It's like, I love touch screens, and Fuji, he didn't say piss on Fuji or nothing like that, but he almost kind of did. It's like he does not understand that there are some serious power requirements required to stick a damn touchscreen on the camera. And then I pointed out this fact, and other people stupidly said, well, you could just leave it off. It's like, well, there's no camera manufacturer in the world. I mean, this blows my mind, the stupidity of some people. There's no camera It's like if someone designed this iPad, and it's like the way it was designed was an absolute max power consumption on the battery that was in it. And it's like, well, we need a really, really important feature that we could put on here, but it'll max it out on its power, and it would crash all the time. And then someone else going like, well, add it. You could just leave it off. It's like, why the hell would you add a damn feature to a camera if you couldn't use it? I mean, how retarded do you have to be? It's like, well, if we added this feature, it would cause power fallout issues because touchscreens suck some power. The Fuji X-T2 is already maxed out. If you're going to shoot in 4K video or in burst mode, not only with the camera battery, but with the camera battery and the 2 additional batteries in the vertical grip. So you can't add a feature and say, well, we got the feature on there, but you can't use it. So, that people stupidly thought something like that. I mean, that's just amazing. It's like, well, we can add this to a car, but if you use it, it'll cause the car to crash. Well, then don't add it. So that's the reason why Fuji didn't stick a touch screen on there. There's another consideration, too. They could have actually designed a totally new battery that's a lot larger, but a touch screen costs money, and it would have made the camera at a price point that was maybe a little bit too high for most people. Stupid people would be like, why is this camera so much more expensive? The Fuji X-T2 is actually priced brilliantly at its current price. That it says, it's going to be released for in mid-August or September. if you add to the touchscreen, it'd been a couple $100 more, if not higher. People are stupid. They're like, why is it so much higher? Because it's got a touchscreen. It costs money. It costs a lot of stuff for them to engineer that to work. They had to redesign it and bigger battery. So, the point is that, I understand why Fuji and Nikon does this. Every camera company does this. They'll send out a beta version of a camera to some famous photographer or someone that's got some work out there that people like, and they want them to test it. And that's valid. That's kind of like giving a beta car to someone you know is a race car driver. But the problem is the race car drivers, they don't know shit about engines. And they'll say stupid stuff about the car. Why didn't it do this? And the engineer that's, the people that actually work on the race cars, and they know exactly how every little component works. He's like, just shut up and drive the car, because the people that drive the car, they really, 99% of them don't know a damn thing about what goes on underneath the hood. So the people that actually made some pissy, I'll call them pissy reviews of the Fuji X-T2, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, because they're drivers. And they don't know what the hell goes on underneath the hood. There's a reason why you can't make a review of this camera yet, because the firmware is not even at a beta yet. And there's a reason that the camera don't have a touch screen, because it's already reached the maximum or near maximum of its power requirements. And also it costs a lot more money. And people be like, why the hell is the camera more expensive? And I encountered these people in photography school. You didn't ask them gear questions. You asked them aesthetic questions and stuff like that. They're very touchy-feely, but they're not technical at all. And that's fine. Photography is an art form. It's half art. Well, it's actually about 70% art and 30% technical. So I understand why camera companies, and I know why camera companies give people these cameras to test. But when these same people then make a review, and then they say something that's just really, really, really stupid, you just have to smack your head and just go like, use the camera and report what you felt about it and shut the hell up about the technical stuff that you have no damn clue about. Because, no. There's a reason why it doesn't have a touch screen. There's a reason why you can't make a review of a camera that still has beta firmware in it. There's a reason why you can't compare one camera against another when you don't have a vertical grip and it's not working at its peak performance yet. Because the peak performance on that particular camera is divided between the camera and the vertical grip. And also you can't judge it on blackout if you have the camera set to playback images. If you're sitting there doing a burst mode, the camera's trying to hit playback, and so of course you got blackout issues because you don't know how the hell the camera works. This person in another video admits that he doesn't know where the menus are on the Fuji. He's an Nikon shooter, and that's fine. I'm a Nikon shooter. But it didn't take me that long to figure Fuji out. I mean, you sit down there and, you drink a glass of orange juice, you spend a few hours with the camera, and you figure out its menu system and how the hell it works. So that's not a legitimate gripe. It's like, well, he actually said in another video, I don't like the camera because it took me for long to figure out how to reset the burst rate or something like that. Well, you got a user manual. Sit there and play with the camera, figure out how the hell it works. So that is kind of stupid. And that's the reason why it's stupid. And I said I encountered these photographers back in photography school. You didn't ask them gear questions. They should produce fine work, but that doesn't really mean they understand how the hell a camera works, why the hell it was designed a certain way, or why the hell you shouldn't review a camera before it's even been finished yet. So, that was my little rant, okay? Adios.